Oh, hey, I just realized that it was on. Well, hello, hello, hello. Good evening. So tonight we're going to be looking at, a black eye. Have you ever experienced a black eye, and how was that experience for you? Was it a traumatic experience? I'm sure that for anyone that ends up with a black eye, it must be a traumatic experience. I myself has been a victim of the same. I have experienced a black eye playing a family sport or family event. I never would have thought that, never think that something's not ever going to happen to you. It's just one of those things where we never know what's to come. And although you can plan against it because they have all the measures in place, like don't run, walk, only one person or two people here or there at a certain time. But even then, when you do that, you never know what's going to happen. So lo and behold, I end up with a black eye. So what happened was, hey, how are you doing? Say hello. Come on. When you come on, say hello. Let's talk about some black eyes, right? Tell me in the chat, have you ever experienced a black eye? Or anybody that you know close to you that you had to take care of them after having gotten a black eye? So we're going to drop a black heart in the comments to be exact, because we're talking about a black eye, right? So my black eye experience, let me tell you about that. It was no fun. No fun at all. Have you ever played laser tag? Have you ever played laser tag? Go ahead and answer that in the comments. My family and I, hey Colleen, how are you? Welcome. My family and I went to play laser tag. I can't even get the words out. And funny thing is, that place where we went to is no longer open. I guess they moved, or either they closed down. I don't know what happened. And it could possibly have been through COVID that everything shut down. But I hadn't been in that place in a long time. So my family and I go to play. My son was here. My stepson was here back in 2012. And so we go out to play, and we're in this facility, and we're having a good time. Everything's going great. But lo and behold, I come around the corner, and wham, I just felt something hit me so hard. And literally knocked me to the ground. That's how hard I was hit, that it knocked me down. And I have never in my life had experienced a black eye. Well, let me back up, because when I was younger, I remember I had a bike accident where I fell off a bike, because there was three of us on a bike, for one thing. Myself, my aunt, who's pretty much my same age, so we kind of grew up more like cousins than we did aunt and niece. And then there's another friend of ours. And to this day, I don't know anything about her. I wish I could, make contact with her. But anyway, we were coming down a hill, and this eye over here, that's how I ended up with these scars right here, and on a little bit of hairline scars on my top of my forehead. Fortunately, that scar pretty much faded away, but I still have the reminder here of that incident. And that was a whole lot worse before. So going through the ages, I think I might have been 7, maybe 7, 8, somewhere around there. And so that incident happened. Hey, Samantha, how are you? Welcome. Please say hello when you come on. If you're new to me, say new and tell me where you're watching from. If you're a repeat watcher, I would appreciate if you put a hashtag 2, or just a number 2, or even just say I'm back, because you're back to watching me, right? So I appreciate you guys coming on. And so, like I said, so at that time, my eyes were shut, so I can't even tell you what my eye looked like at the time. And as a kid, I wasn't paying attention to it anyway. But fast forward to now, or 2012, when my stepson was here and we went out to play laser tag. We're in the facility, like I said. I'm coming around the corner. I hear footsteps, and I hear footsteps running. Boom, 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 boom. I didn't know and realize that it was right there, coming closer to me. I just heard the footsteps, bum, 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 bum. And of course, I know, and I hear there's somebody's running, and I'm supposed to be running. Well, I come around the corner, and like I said, whammo, I'm knocked to the floor. Well, it happens to be my stepson, and that hit me and ran into me, because he was running, and so all I felt was like what felt like a piece of metal or hard steel, and all I know that just did something to my eye. And I didn't want anybody to touch me. You know how you feel like that tingling feeling in your body when something is sore or hurt? That's how I felt. It was just a terrible, terrible, stinging feeling. And so, so he comes in, are you okay? Are you okay? I'm like, don't touch me. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. All I could say, because I'm like trying to clear my head after, and trying to come to realization of what just happened, and just trying to come to, really, because I was just knocked senseless in a sense. So finally, I get up off the floor. I go outside. Somebody, he escorts me out. Somebody else comes and helps me out to the front door, because literally I had my eye closed because I wasn't. First, it's dark in there. Couldn't really see, so I'm totally in the dark. Hey, come on in, say hello. Drop a black heart in the comment, because we're talking about a black eye today. So, and mainly, I'm telling you this story. In a few minutes, I'm going to actually cover this up with our phenomenal makeup. And so I wanted to first of all show you and talk to you about what happens, what happened to me as a result of how I got a black eye. So this is all makeup, guys. If you're wondering, this is literally all makeup. I did this to myself before I came on the live, because I wanted to show you the power of our products as well. But I'm telling you the story of what happened to me when I got my black eye. And it was a process, because once I hit the floor, my eyes, I felt like my eyes were closed. It just started watering. They took me outside to the main foyer area of the facility. And all I wanted to do was go to the bathroom. I wanted to go to the bathroom because I wanted to get some tissue. I wanted to see my eye and get some tissue and, kind of get something to dry my eyes from, the tearing and all the water that was coming out. And so they actually grabbed some napkins off the counter, gave them to me, and I was just like, look, just patting my face. I guess, but when they first got me and saw me, no big deal. By the time I went to the bathroom, I don't know, maybe 50 feet away, and came back towards the front, my eyes were shut, closed. It was actually this side, but my eye was shut, closed. And it was a little bruised and a little ball. And so, of course, by the time we get to the facility, they say, oh, no, we're going to have to do surgery on her eye. And, for the life of me, my memory is so bad, I can't remember if they did surgery exactly that same day or the day before. I think it might have been the day before. The day after. And so I think I went home and I had to come back. And so, because they wanted to make sure, I think it was about 2-3 days or so after, because they had to make sure that the swelling went down so that they could actually operate on me. So after they did that, after I came back and they operated on me and everything, came home, of course, then once the eye started to heal and all that, that's when all the bruising started happening, right? And like I said, that was an awful time, awful sight to see. Matter of fact, I have pictures in my Facebook. If you ever want to go back and look through there, you'll find it. And I think I'm surprised that one of those memories didn't pop up was the day that I posted this, the pictures of myself after coming out of surgery. So I posted pictures about what I looked like. I posted a picture right after coming out of surgery, and I posted pictures after I was healing. And so the doctor that did my surgery, he literally had to cut into my lower eyelid, and that's how they performed the surgery. And so I have a plate in my eye because they had to repair the orbital floor because it cracked my bone. But anyway, the main reason, like I said, we're here is that I wanted to show you how, if you ever have this happen to you, I don't wish this on anybody, but should this happen to you, I want to show you the power of makeup, and specifically this brand of makeup. It is amazing. So I did not set this once I put it on. I literally just left it like this. So what I want to do is set it before I put on the rest. So imagine, because if I don't, think about the fact that when you get a black eye, it's going to be that way, right? It's going to be that way no matter what. So it's pretty much set in itself. So I'm just going to take the translucent powder, tap it a little bit, and I'm just going to set my eye, set the powder on the eye. And I'm only doing that just so that this particular shadow doesn't smear, because I didn't set it. So that's all I'm doing, was setting it. So imagine having a black eye. What do? Do you like a remedy, or you like to cover it up? I guess the remedy would be, and I don't know if it's not necessarily a remedy to cure it. Hey, Kimberly, how are you? Drop a black heart in the comments because you're live now. So say hello and welcome. Good to see you. I saw that you had a message. I didn't get to hear it because when you click on it, it takes forever and it's like spinning and spinning and spinning, and it would never just play. So I said, I'm going to come back to that because because I was getting ready for this, excuse me. So I said, okay, I'll go back and listen to it. So I haven't listened to it yet. So if you want to tell me what it was about here, you can, or I can go listen to it later if it's private. But yeah, a remedy is, I guess, would be, I don't know if it's a remedy or if it's a, or if a preemptive strike, meaning, try to do everything you can not to get a black eye. But who can prevent that? Nobody can prevent anything from happening to them. That's just the way life is. You never know what's going to happen until the moment that it actually literally happens. So I'm going to take my brush number 1 not number 1, this is number 4. I love to use this brush. This is a foundation brush, but I like to use it for concealer. I am fine, thank you. So if you're asking me if I'm okay, that must mean it looks really real. I did a pretty good job on that makeup application. It's all makeup. But thank you. So that means I must have done a pretty bang up job on it. But yeah, like I said, nothing happened, thank God. I mean, I have had a black eye before, and I don't wish that on anyone, like I was saying. So I was just explaining, how you can cover it up. Should this happen to you, you have a pretty good product, makeup. You want to be able to cover it up, and you want to be able to go on with life, right? So we have concealers and we have foundations. So it's just a matter of putting them on and seeing if we can cover it up, right? So no one wants to walk around with a black eye, because if you can cover it up, why not cover it up? We don't want to leave it there for the whole world to see. And then everybody's asking what happened, or they're thinking the worst because they're thinking, oh, did her husband hit her? Her husband hit her. And that's, and not making fun of it, not trying to make light of it, because those things do happen. And so what's our remedy for things like that? Like I said, black eye remedy, or do you want to cover up? We should, hopefully nobody needs to cover up anything. And I guess the remedy will be to get out of any situation or relationship that you're in that is toxic, and we all know, we all have learned, and we all been taught, and maybe some more than others, that, you in a situation where someone is abusing you, you don't want to stay there. You want to leave, I can say I'm very blessed and fortunate that I have not had to experience that. And I feel bad for anybody that has, because I'm sure it's not a pretty sight to be living life in fear, for one thing, because if the ladies that stay, they stay for reasons of they're fearful of the person. They don't think they have anywhere to go. They don't think anybody's going to believe them, or they're embarrassed, they're ashamed, and the pride gets in the way. We can't allow our pride to get in the way. Thank God. It looks like it really hurt you. You hurt yourself. I know, right? And it only took a couple of minutes just to put this on, right? And it's going to take maybe a little bit longer to take it off. And just like a real black eye will take a little bit of time for it to go away. It doesn't just go away overnight. So that's something that you have to wear permanently on your face after someone has abused you. So if you're in an abusive relationship, there are hotlines, there are facilities that you can go to get help. So if you need any of that information, please reach out to me, and I will definitely do my best to help you look for facilities or contacts in your state, your city, to get you out of that relationship. I can't promise anything. I'm not here to promise anybody anything, but I'm definitely looking to help anyone that's is in an abusive relationship that needs to get out. Excuse me. It needs to get out. And maybe don't think they have the resources or the means to do it. Maybe they're afraid to tell their families. Sometimes we are afraid to tell our families because maybe they warned us about something, but we stayed. Maybe they think maybe you're living a high life, and maybe you're living with a chip on your shoulder. You don't want anybody to know when something's odd or going on with your family. It reminds me of the movie, of Tyler Perry's movie, and I think it was Family Reunion, where the man was literally beating the wife, or the fiance. This is before they even got married. So if he's showing you those signs even before you get married to him, then what makes you think that he's going to change, or things are going to get better once you get married? If anything, he's going to have even a more stronger hold on you, and then he's going to see it as an opportunity that nobody will ever see it or ever know about it, because now you're in his corner, in his square, right? And and that's why a lot of times I love to speak with women, because many times we feel like we don't have any ways out, and there are so many ways out. we just got to get with the right resources, talk to the right people. And how do we find that? We just got to keep asking, keep searching, keep telling, because nobody needs to live in a situation where they're being hurt, abused, and or living in fear. Because if especially if there's children involved too, no, that person's going to tell you they're sorry, and they're going to keep telling you they're sorry till they're blue in the face. but then they keep repeating the same action. I'm not going to say they don't mean it when they say they're sorry. They probably do, but they can't help themselves. So at that point, we have to be smart and wiser, and we got to decide enough is enough for us. And when there's children involved, we also need to decide for them, because we don't want to have them see that behavior being happening to us, and then sometimes the kids end up experiencing the same thing. So it's bad enough you're experiencing it, and then for your child to also experience it is bad. Hey, Patsy, how are you, Miss Patsy? Welcome. So it's just one of those things that is very tough to talk about. Not ever easy for someone to have to share that information. So, but I admonish anybody that I don't know if that's the right word, admonish or summon, not admonish, summon anybody that's going through that even now, or has gone through that, and maybe are still fearful for their life, and are in a situation where they feel they can't get out. Reach out to me. I'll be more than happy to do the research for you and help you get out. Right? So the decision has to be yours. Like I said, you're not tired until you're sick and tired. Hey, Miss Natalie, how are you? Welcome. Guys, if you're on live, go ahead and drop a black heart, because we are talking about a black eye today. And whether we want to remedy or we want to cover it up. So you might have missed part of what we were saying, so you might have to go back and watch the replay. And if you do, please do me a favor and type hashtag replay in the comments. But if you're on live right now, I'm speaking to you right now, there's a little red live button up there, words up there, and you on live. So you drop a black heart because you're watching this really live, not Memorex, but live. As I was saying, so reach out to me if I can be of any help or service to you. I will be more than happy to do whatever I can to help you in that situation. So now, I am going to cover it up because I do have an opportunity in the products with which to cover it up. Some people, may have makeup and they may not have the right makeups or the right products of makeup to be able to cover up what they experienced, right? So, but the idea is not to cover it up. It's the idea to be able to share what's going on, right? Okay, just so we clear. So we clear. So I have some concealer here, concealer that I use on my skin, on my face, and I actually don't even use it to conceal. I actually use it to highlight. And so I use it to highlight, and I use it to prime my eyes before I put on any eyeshadow on my eyelids. So I already applied some to the brush, as you can see. Like I said, this is a brush number 4. I love this brush. It's a foundation brush, however. Thank you, Natalie. But I like to use it for a concealer. Next to this other little brush right here, this is number 6. I thought at first they were like the mama and the baby, but they're not. This is the concealer brush, and this is the foundation brush. But I liked it for concealer because it's almost got the same kind of shaping to the top. So I like to use it for concealer. And it's great to go under the eyes because of the shaping of the kind of pointed, tapered, and also going into the corners of the eyes. Of course, that other little brush will do a better job. So let's go ahead and cover this baby up because we don't want to walk around with a black eye if we don't have to, right? Okay, so I'm going to go right in here with this concealer, and I'm just dabbing. Dabbing, dabbing, dabbing. And remember, this is a very sensitive area of the eye, so we don't want to push too hard or pull, but we definitely want to get in there. And so I'm using concealer number 5. So I'm actually going to use concealer number 1 that I have here. Let me find another brush. It's too small for me to get my fingers in it. So I'm going to use another brush as soon as I find the one I'm looking for. Nope, I don't want that one. The one I really want to use I already used. But if I use it, it's going to have... I'm just going to have to do it. I'm just going to have to use my little concealer brush and put some of this other concealer number 1 on it. So concealer number 1 and concealer number 5. You can still see the color on concealer number 5, but this is concealer number 1, more of a whiter color, right? Clear, more beigey, lighter color. So I'm going to take this concealer number 1 and I'm going to use that instead. Concealer number 5 is doing okay, but concealer number 1 is going to really get in there. Hello, Miss Rashawn. How are you? Girl, yes. How are you doing? Welcome, welcome. Drop a black eye, drop a black heart in the comments because you are live. And also, if you ever had anybody that you know or you yourself ever experienced a black eye, drop another black eye and another black eye, no, another black heart in the comments. Did you and how did you manage it? What did you do to help cover it up, or did you just let it ride its time? What did you do to conceal it or care for it? What have you? And sometimes, people get these by not even trying. They're just accidents that happen. And then you end up with a black eye and you're trying to figure out, what do I do? How do I cover this up? I mean, there's so many things people might put on their eye to cover up a black eye. So I want to know, what do you use? What have you used? Or what do you know people have used? Because before I had mine, with my incident back in 2012, I didn't know what to do. I just let it ride its time. Okay, so there's that. Concealer number 1. And let's bring out this wonderful Blenderful sponge. Because this Blenderful sponge, as you know, matter of fact, we had a launch yesterday, and this Blenderful sponge, not only do we have the full size, we also have the minis. Aren't they just the cutest thing? There's a pack of 5 and a pack of 6. I think the pack of 6, and correct me if I'm wrong. Oh no, never mind, you won't know that. I think these are a pack of 6, and I think these are a pack of 5. And we all love them. They're latex free. And so we just love them. So I'm going to wet my sponge because I'm going to actually dab on the concealer that I have on my eye right now to allow it to set, right? So it might be a couple of steps that we might have to do just to get this to conceal the bruise. So as you put on water onto your sponge and you dab it in there, it's going to allow it to blend in. You see that? It's just kind of sinking into the skin while it's wet. With the wet sponge. And then the pointy tip, of course, is you can get really close into these little hard to reach areas. And like I said, and even this one, it's still brand new. I didn't want to open it. It's too cute. It's too cute. So even, hey, Christina, how are you? Welcome. Yeah, the minis are great, right? You can get right into the little spots, and it's just right size to hold them in place. And now this one is fine too. When you need to hold something a little bit with more space, and especially doing your foundation, like I do with this side, then you can get in there, get more coverage, and that's what it's for. To really help with the full coverage of your makeup application with your foundation. So I wear foundation number 5. Number 5, MB5, and I'm wearing concealer 5. I used to wear concealer MB6, but now I went down a shade. So now it's kind of a little bit moist and wet from the concealer, from the sponge being a little moisturized, moist. I can't speak tonight. Being a little moistened. So yes, please share this live. I would appreciate it very much. You do me a big favor by doing that. And don't forget to drop your black heart in the comments because you are live and we're talking about a black eye. And you see, by me just putting on that concealer number 1, it already faded out the black eye. You can no longer can really tell that I had a black eye on my eye, right? And here's my concealer number 5. I'm just going to go with that concealer number 5 as well because it's getting closer to the skin color, to my skin color. So I'm going to put some of that on there to help blend that in a little bit more. So yeah, you missed my story about the black eye. You have to go watch the replays and catch that. I invite you to watch that. And now I'm going to go in with my Blenderful sponge on this side. And I'm just going to do a twist. And these foundations are phenomenal. They're wax-based, both the foundation and the concealer. They are to die for. They go on like butter, literally. They go a long way as far as usage. And literally, you can get about 8 to 11 months use out of these products. $36 for this pan right here. And you see, I've had it for at least 2 months. And I barely put a dent in it. I have barely put a dent in this foundation. And so this concealer went around for a while. I'm already trying to scrape up the bottom of it. But I'm going to use it all until I can't use any more. That's just how I roll. How did I get a black eye? Well, girl, my real black eye, I got in 2012. This one was a makeup black eye. So you want to know what happened in 2012, you have to go watch the replay. I'm sorry. I'm going to let you watch the replay. And so, but this was a makeup application that I did. I actually applied a black eye to my eye so that I can then show you how you can cover it up. And there was more to the story, the more that we talked about, or that I shared. And I was hope that you would go back and catch the rest of that. So now you see that I am applying the foundation on this dabbing to get it set in place. Ooh, my eyelashes. I'm wearing lashes too, so that's what make it a little difficult to get this under here. Get this under there. So, of course, if you're covering up a black eye, more likely you're going to have to put a little bit more foundation, or you can use it as, like I said, a highlight. Now it's appearing more like I'm highlighting my face more than anything now, right? So we want to blend it, continue to blend it in. I'm going to get just a little dab that I took, and I'm going to dab a little bit more in this area to cover up the black eye. It only took me 2 minutes to make this little black eye on my face, literally. So there it is. So if I wanted to finish my makeup and finish concealing what injury I had on my eye, now I can put some eyeliner on. Oh, I'm making a mess here. I can wing it out, put some lashes like I did here. My hope is that no one would ever have to feel like they need to hide behind hide a black eye. I hope that you never have to experience that ever in your life due to any type of abuse or what have you. However, those things do happen. And so let's take care of one another and be there to support each other in moments like those. So finishing up the makeup look by adding on a little eyeliner. Kind of try to wing it out a little bit just to extend past the lashes. Thank you for the sample. Oh, you're welcome. Hope you you get good use out of it, and I hope it works well. So thank you for dropping the black eye. So if you are on live right now with me with the red button up there saying live, you need to go ahead and drop a black heart in the comments. And if you are a repeat watcher, you can say, I'm back, because you're back to watch me. And also, if you are new, please type new in the comments and tell me where you're watching from. I would love to shout you out. If you share, I want to shout you out even more. So please do share this video with important information and good to know tips. Yes, and so like I was saying, these minis are on sale. There's like 5 in a pack of minis. 5 in a pack of these Blenderful sponges, beauty blenders, and then these little minis. I love anything that's little because it's so cute. And these, I believe, are 6 in a package. And so those are also just went out yesterday as far as a new product or a new, because they packaged them in little baggies, and they're so cute, little Ziploc baggies, and not Ziploc, but you know what I mean, resealable bag. And then we also have lip liners, new lip liners that came out. They even have darker skin tone colors, shades. And so there have 5 new colors, and the names are so cute. Honey, champagne, cocoa, and I can't think of the other 2, but there are 5 of them, and they're so back again. Oh, amen. Thank you for sharing. Whoop, whoop. Miss Lon in the house sharing for the green team. And I say green team, my maiden name is Green. And sometimes, every now and then, my maiden name will pop up out of nowhere on me. I don't even know why, but it just comes out. So that's what came out this time, because my last name is clearly Root, right? But that's okay. So just add a little. If you want to add more to your look, kind of mask that black eye a little bit better. I'm just putting a little bit of this nice. It's kind of almost like a champagne, like a darker champagne. I don't know what you call that. It's like a mocha, but no, not really mocha, because mocha will be a little darker. But it's kind of there. But it's so pretty. It's so pretty. So I'm just putting a little bit in the corners and go over the crease with it too. Going to be a real quick transformation from the black eye to a little something more wow. Filling that in. So this has been my go-to color lately. I really like this color because it's really subtle on my skin tone. Really, really subtle. Doesn't require a lot, doesn't ask or call for a lot. I'm going to go with this darker color. This is Om. Actually, this palette right here is a palette that is curated, pretty much curated or put together for, hey, Cecilia, how are you? Welcome. For ladies that have brown eyes like myself. So blues are really good on brown eye girls. So that's what this palette will do for you. Right now, the 4 wells are out of stock, but you can still get the colors. The palettes are out of stock. The colors are not, just the palettes. But you can still get the colors, and they will gladly provide you with the palette to fit it in as well at a later time. So let's go ahead and get this baby done. So I'm doing a packing technique, which is just kind of dabbing at my eye. Not hard, just gentle. And this brush is a nicely packed brush. This is brush number 8. Love it, love it, love it. And my favorite brush, where are you? My blending brush. Oh, this brush is amazing. This is brush number 7. And so I'll just take this brush, kind of blend out here in the center, and then smooth it out across the top. Blend, 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 tap in the center, and then smooth it out across the top. Kind of getting a little bit of haloing in the inside. And another thing that we have that just came out yesterday for the first time ever, we have what we call glow drops. It's literally like just to give you a glow. And it's a very faint glow, not like highlighting, but it's very, very faint. It's not like all in your face kind of highlighting, like some of them are blinding to people, and you pass by and they blind you with their highlighting. So it's very, very faint. So I'm going to take this other brush, take a little bit of Shooting Star. This is from the Danessa Myers palette. These are no longer available like this. That's why we came out with a new glow drops. And those glow drops are like I said, the highlight. You can do so many different things. You can use them as contour. You can use them for shimmer. You can use them for highlighting. You name it. You add a little extra touch in the center of the eyes like so. So it is amazing. If you're live, please drop a black heart in the comments because you are live. You can't tell I have a black eye. Perfect. And that's the whole point of this tutorial, because I am showcasing our phenomenal perfect mascara. Where did mascara come from? Our perfect foundation and our perfect concealer. So these two products are amazing. Amazing, amazing, amazing. They do exactly what they're supposed to do. The foundation is perfect coverage, full coverage, and so is the concealer for your needs of concealing or even highlighting. And that's a lot of times what I use mine for, is highlighting more than concealing. So I'm just putting a little bit of blush, kind of round out this look. Thank you, young lady. So you got your samples. I'm glad. Make sure you let me know how they work out for you. Drop me a review if you need to, or wouldn't mind. Not if you need to, but I would love for you to drop me a review. And so, because my look is so subtle in the eyes, I'm going to bump it up with a little more color on the lips. Let's see. I haven't worn these in a while. I'm going to go with Devil's Food. How did I guess? How did I guess? And so, Devil's Food. Let me see something here. I was going to line it up, but now we have liners that are out. We have new liners, 5 new liners, and some of them are a little darker shades for those of us that are a little darker skin tone. But guess what? Anybody can use them, because anybody can use those colors. Hey, Miss Gloria, how are you? Welcome. If you're new, please type new in the comments. Let me know where you're watching from. And do me a big favor. Everybody, please share this live. Especially if you really enjoy what you saw tonight. Or just share because I asked you to. So I'm lining the lips because I'm kind of giving you the effect of what a lip liner would do. And so the lip liner is going to help your lip color from bleeding through, running out, and your lips from cracking. So you can usually take the lip color, that lip liner, and kind of feather it into your lips like so, right? And then you can apply the rest of your product all over your lips. I think it went out in the corner too much. And it's a pretty color. And we're going into fall, so these are colors that are perfect for fall. Like a little wine red, reddish wine color. Cleaning up the sides of my lips because I went out a little too far. So there we have it. A full face of makeup covering up the black eye. It's like Lon said, you can't even tell I had a black eye. So that's beautiful. The beauty of these products, like I said, 50% pigmented, both mascara. Why do I keep saying mascara? Foundation and concealer. And pretty much anything that we have with color is 50% pigmented. It means high quality. You don't have to reapply, and you don't need a whole lot of it. So that's going to last you a long, long time because you only need a little bit. Oh, thank you, Lon. Appreciate it. And as always, we need to finish up our look with our finishing spray. This is a 16-hour hold spray. So once you spray it, you can pretty much have your makeup on for the rest of the day and not worry about it. We normally tell people to do an X and a T. And it also tells you that actually in the container labels as well. So whenever you do prepare your makeup, you always want to prime it with a primer spray. That's going to help continue to, if you have a good one, it's going to continue to help seal the pores or minimize the looks of large pores. So that's what that does for you as well. And then when you're done with your makeup, then you spray that finishing spray. All right, so that's what you do. Oh, thank you, Kimberly. I'm going to go listen to your message now that I'm done. So thank you, ladies, for coming on, and ladies and gentlemen, if any gentlemen are watching in the background. I appreciate you all so much. I really like this hairstyle. I don't know, I guess it's my signature go-to look because I get a lot of compliments, and even I feel comfortable wearing it. And not only that, it's like when I clean my face and I have no makeup on, it almost really looks like, I mean, I don't feel like I need to wear any makeup at all. So I feel very confident and comfortable going out in public without any makeup on. And I'm even feeling more confident because my skincare is on point. So no matter what you put on, if you put on any makeup on your skin, underneath your skincare is not you don't have a good skincare routine and you're not really taking care of your skin, it's not going to matter. Okay, you can try to put anything over the top of that layer of skin with anything you want, and it's not going to matter. Your skin is those blemishes or whatever are still going to show through, or you're going to be using a lot of product to try to hide it. So that's what this product does for you. These products you don't have to cake them on. I mean, I literally feel like I have no makeup on when I wear my makeup any day of the week. Doesn't matter what I put on. I never could tell that I have makeup on. I mean, I know I put it on, but I can never tell that I have it on because that's how light and airy it feels on my skin. If you don't believe me, try it for yourself. That's all I'm going to say. Try it for yourself. And you will never go back. I don't know. I haven't gone back. I can say that somebody might find some other reason why they want to go back to something else. But in my mind, you won't need anything else. But anyway, if it's one thing for me to tell you, it's another thing for you to try it. Just wondered, how do I go from friends to public profile? Okay, so let me see how I can tell you, if I can tell you easily from here. Yeah, you know what? When you get ready to make a post, you can literally change it at the top before you send a post. You can literally click on the little arrow, little symbol or triangle, and you can change it. Instead of from friends, you can set it to public. But to permanently set it, I can show you. I just got to go through the settings and then be able to tell you exactly where to go. So I'm going to take some screenshots of my phone and then send it to you so you know, okay, where to go and do that. For those of you that like a dewy look, this is what your makeup could look like. Some people like a more matte look. So if you like a more matte finish, I would definitely recommend that you use a translucent powder. We have this white translucent powder that you can use. Not only does it kind of cut down on the shine, but it also cuts down on the flashback, like from cameras and film. It cuts down on the flashback, but it also sets your makeup. So I'm going to add some of that just to cut down on the shine, and you're going to see how quickly it reduces the shine. on my face. You see that? It really reduced the shine right away. And not only that, like I said, one more thing I'll tell you about the translucent powder. The translucent powder also helps reduce the signs of lines on your face. Like I have these little dips. If I was targeting that, I could take it out and avoid them out for you. But because I wasn't targeting that today, you still see some of the dip under my eye, right? But I can show you another day how to target that. Or if you want to know more about how to target that and how to get those lines from disappearing using just that white powder that I just showed you and a nice little brush like this, you can diminish the appearance of having those lines on your face without any surgery or anything like that. All right. So thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you coming on. I'll see you again next time. Next time could be tomorrow. But before then, I want you to remember always to know your worth, feel your worth, and embrace your worth, because you are worth it. Tonight we talked about a very heavy topic, and I hope that you will go back and watch it if you didn't watch it from the beginning, because if you happen to be in that situation or that kind of circumstance, I want you to reach out to somebody, and I'll make myself available. So guys, take care. God bless. Good night. Mwah. Love you. Nacha out.